let's paint some Heavy Mechanized Infantry from Trench Crusade. They're super soldiers who work for God. It's a nuts game. It's just a nuts game. Hello and welcome to another episode of Blast Arcade Painting. Today we're going to paint up 2 Heavy Mechanized Infantry from Trench Crusade. We're going to do this as easy as possible. We're going to use an airbrush. So a bunch of you probably just stopped watching. But those of you who continued to watch, you don't have to use an airbrush. You could do it with a dry brush or with rattle cans because it's going to be, again, really simple. Here we go. First thing I did was give him a spray of a dark olive color. That's our base coat. Done. Bam. Then I took some gunship green and I used the airbrush to give them a Zenithal. You could do this with a spray can. The airbrush is what I have, so that's what I'm going to use. You could do this with a spray can. Just get a dark green color and give them a spray from above. Then I took some light green and added that into my original green and just did a lighter spray. So again, you could just do it with a spray can. They have a lot of camo colors. Then I added in a little bit of bold titanium white, so gave that another little shot from above. That's a quick one, not as deep. And yeah, Zenithal. And here they are, all Zenithal with those colors. So it's just a lot of army green colors, basically. And we're going to take some enchanted steel here. And this is just going on any of the bits we want steel. So the chainmail that they have kind of at their waists, groins. It's their groins. Their groin chainmail and any of the spots in their arms. Because it looks like they just have like a chainmail undersuit. This thing has got to be uncomfortable to be in. And, yep, back here on these little, well, I guess it's an engine. It's what powers it. And obviously the exhaust pipe there. Any of these little metal spots up here. Basically, anywhere where you want it to look silver, put this silver on there. It's really open for interpretation. And all over the gun, too, obviously. Yeah. Get it on there. And we're going to take some oak brown next. And this is just going on the little straps that are holding on their hip plates, I guess they are. Really quickly, there's 2 little spots. Now, I'm going to take these decals I got from my veteran guardsman box. That I've had these decals forever. And it's just like, sort of like a arrow with a red dot in the middle. It looked cool and it didn't look, you know, significantly 40k-ish, although I'm sure it is. And they look good on the green, so yeah. Just wanted to throw a little bit of that on there. And how I do decals is I just cut them out, I throw them on a paper towel, and I soak them in water. Once they're fully soaked, I take some tweezers and I just push that off with a brush and then smooth it down. It doesn't have to be that difficult. And I'm going to take some brazen copper next. And this is just going to go on these little tiny pipes near the back of his neck area. I guess that's the neck area. And we're also going to put it on the end caps of these, I don't know what they are. Something Tesla invented or something like that. And then fill out any of the other spots on the guns. And also, they have these little plates next to their knees. I'm going to throw it on there just to break up the color. Now, if you wanted to be, you could be done. And you'd have a very off-the-line mechanized infantry with, you know, not a lot of shading. But the Zenithal's there. So it'd look okay. It would look very clean. We don't want it to look clean because it's Trench Crusade. So we're going to the next part. And this is where the miniature starts really looking good. in my opinion. We are taking some mahogany and some noosh, and we're going to put that over the entire miniature. I know what you're thinking. What are we doing? That's a lot of mahogany. That's a lot of rich mahogany all over that miniature. But that is what we want. And I did skew the ratio to more noosh, quite a bit more noosh than mahogany. So keep that in mind. Like, yeah. Anyway, slather it on there. Pretty thickly, too. Now we're going to take a cloth and we're going to start wiping the noosh away in a downward motion. That is going to give us our streaking. It's going to give us our shading. It's going to go into the recesses. And we're just going to remove it as much as we want to or as little as we want to. But mostly in a downward sort of direction. Mostly in a downward direction. Some spots we can't, and then I'll get a Q-tip that we can't reach. And just go through and start, pulling it off and weathering at the same time. It's an amazing product, and it really makes these miniatures look great. Look into getting some noosh. After that, we're going to take some marine mist, and we're going to paint these Tesla coils, because now that's what I'm calling them, on his back. And make sure your noosh has dried completely, because I had to do this twice, because there was mahogany in the marine mist. We're going to take some Frost Heart once that has all dried, and we're just going to put that over our marine mist. And that gives us our little sort of Tesla glow machines being powered by, energy. Energy that creates exhaust, because there's an exhaust pipe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Moving on. We're going to take some plate mail metal, and we're just going to add in, basically on the edges of things, like an edge highlight, but not complete. We're going to put in some scratchy, just edge weathering. Just some metal along the edges of things to make it look a little bit more weathered. Where paint has sort of chipped, that green paint. And honestly, we'll do the base, and these guys are done. I'm super happy with how they turned out. Honestly, for very little work and very little effort, I actually think they look better than they should. That noosh really adds something, especially when you're doing the grim dark paint style. I put it in quotes because I don't know what else to do, because it seems silly to just say grimdark. So yeah, grimdark paint style. Yeah, that noosh is perfect for that sort of stuff. And I mean, it should be, because most of the guys that do grimdark do oil washes, and this is basically a safer oil wash because there's no chemicals involved. But yeah, I really like the look of that new stuff. Look into it, guys, because it's a real game changer for some of this stuff. What are you guys picking for Trench Crusade? What did you pick? Are you playing the Iron Sultanate, New Antioch, Heretic Troopers, the Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent? God, war games are ridiculous. What group are you guys playing? Let me know in the comments below who you guys are playing. Please, engage with me. And as always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, Charming Grenade, Richie Fender, and LK. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, and you guys have a great day. According to the lore, they're like characters that they pick the biggest of, like the biggest and strongest, like the best of the best, and then chemically mess them up so that they're giants. So they're Space Marines. They're Trench Crusade Space Marines. That's fine. I like these better than Space Marines, though. Oh, hot take! Sorry, guys. If you're a regular watcher, you probably know that I'm not a huge fan of Space Marines. 'Cause they're really the worst.